Welcome to Houston, Texas tonight. It's a big Monday night spectacular doubleheader, and it starts with the 5-3 Houston Headhunters, the 4-4 DC Dragons, as both teams are ready to win a very important game tonight, along with Rochelle Colston and Ron Haynes. Charles Doherty, I'm Cameron Irvine. Fire and blood on the back of the Dragons jerseys. This means war, and they're playing for a fallen teammate, Charles, tonight, and B. Robo.
Yeah, be Robo, man. God bless Robo. This is all for him, but this is going to be a great matchup between two teams that Houston is looking right in the middle of the playoff pack, where DC's clawing their way up, and they're both very evenly matched. I know you said it on the pregame, and you and I were talking about it before, but this is another game, I could say it could be settled by a field goal.
Not according to Mike St. Green.
Oh, yeah.
With his bias prediction in the pregame, but you know what? You take that with a grain of salt, just like anything else Mike says, right, Charles?
Yeah, definitely. Yeah, we won't be bringing that up again tonight at all.
Houston only favored by 3.5 here on a beautiful night in Texas. They're going to get the ball first. Houston in white tonight, DC in black. We'll get to that tradition more in a little bit as we are underway from Houston, and Greg Corky on the return gets it up to the 24-yard line. The Headhunters have won 2 in a row after losses to Washington and Fort Worth, who just played each other this week. They have impressive wins against Atlanta and Sin City. Charles, we saw Houston a couple weeks ago, the best they've ever looked.
Oh yeah, they can really put up some good numbers. They just have to be clicking, and they need to be clicking tonight against this DC defense.
First down and 10 with Josh Slapp in the backfield. And he will get the handoff. Slapp breaks a tackle and will pick up 2 to start this ball game. Houston's offense, John Lakeman, DR Sim, Josh Slapp, Torneo Rivera, J.W. Doyle in a crowded backfield. C.J. Paris, Mike St. Green, and Greg Corky, all very capable wide receivers. They've all had 100-yard games at one time or another this season. Daisy Peace is the tight end. A lot of people up front on the offensive line that mix and match. We'll get to them in a moment. Second down and 8. Peace goes in motion. And Lakeman taking his time will drop back to pass for the first time tonight, and the pass is overthrown. Getting a fingertip on it was Tyler Highfield, but it'll set up a third down and long for Houston on their opening possession.
Yeah, it looked like Lakeman was targeting Peace there, the tight end, just on a fly route, and I think Peace was open. It was just a matter of getting some touch on that pass. I think maybe some early game jitters or something he's dealing with right now, Lakeman.
John Lakeman's had a pretty great season in his first season with Houston. He's looking for someone to get open deep down the field. He had Corky and St. Green kind of in the same area, Charles, but Jadu Bidu somehow covered them both, and it'll be a 3 and out for the Headhunters.
Yeah, Dude, let's just say Dude. He's one of the best cover corners in the league, and you could see that ability there. I mean, he had 2 options on cover, and he was just right where he needed to be, position it so he could have handled anywhere the ball went.
So Houston's first offensive drive ends pretty quickly. This is Sam Harrison on the return up to the 38-yard line. The DC Dragons, led by Shabazz Synergy, who this season has 14 touchdowns, 3rd in the SFL, and always a very capable quarterback.
You know what's amazing, Cam, is for a team that doesn't have any signed linemen, they keep their quarterback Synergy pretty well protected back there. But that's going to be a good test tonight going up against the line of the Headhunters.
They've certainly done more with less up front as Lauren Prococo goes in motion. Prococo always a dangerous threat on this offense, as Synergy will start the night with a pass. That's caught by Prococo, who has the size mismatch on Houston's defensive back. That's Guy Incognito. First down for DC.
They had looked like they had a blitz coming from the top of the screen. They handled it well. Synergy just stood in there nice and patient and sent it to Prococo, brought it in. It's not a good sign if you start getting Prococo heated up this early in the game.
Incognito looked like me trying to swat a moth, Charles. I don't know what he was looking at there. Not the best coverage. First down at the Houston 45. Shabazz will throw. Just got it away. Wow, Houston bringing some pressure early. That pass intended for B. Robo, but he could not come down with it.
Yeah, they had a great pressure up the middle and disrupted that play. Synergy had to get rid of that ball early, and just like I said, that front four, just on their own, they only send 4, and it's hard enough to keep them away from the quarterback, but when they start blitzing, it just makes it almost impossible.
6 up front on the line. Percoco's going to go in motion. Interesting defensive alignment here for Houston. Looked like Blake Prine is now assigned to Lauren. They're going to hand it off tonight for the first time. That's Kevin Say. He'll pick up 3 yards. The DC Dragons offense includes Synergy, Say, Sam Harrison, and Chuck Steller, who's always a great watch in his 6th season at fullback. Ronnie Shanahan, Connor Weston, B. Robo, your wide receivers. Jay Hayden and Lauren Percoco at tight end. We got a bunch look off the left for 3rd down and 7 for DC. Synergy fires. That pass is incomplete. Can't tell if it was overthrown or Robo was just blanketed. He's got 2 targets but no catches, and the Dragons will have to punt.
I think it was the latter, Cam. I think the coverage downfield was great, and they put enough pressure with a minimal rush to, kind of set the tone on the defense, and now they're looking at getting the ball.
Both defenses off to a hot start as this punt will be fair caught at the 14-yard line by St. Green. Up front for Houston, they've got Scott Calvin, Grit Gorski, Sarah Bergens, Connie Cook, Barry Simeon, and D'Angelo De Jesus playing center, the rookie. 5 all-star appearances combined on this front, and all in the last couple of seasons as they have done good work in Houston. Lakeman's going to start out of the empty at the 14-yard line, trying to get this pass game going. As Lakeman is looking for someone to get open, but is taken down. That, I believe, was John Gary around the end, and Houston's coach can only shake his head.
Yeah, that was that was the defensive end was in the 2-point stance, and John Gary was just able to go right in between the gap and just disrupt that whole play.
Actually, that was your boy, Charles, Michael Percoco on the inside or on the outside sweep, wearing number 66. Lakeman deep in his own end zone, fires. That is caught by Parrish for a first down. And going back to Percoco, that was his 2nd sack of the season.
That was amazing pass by Lakeman. Not a lot of room to get that ball in, and it looked like Highfield was the free safety came in for coverage and had to get that ball out just in time and got it right in the bread box.
Lakeman watching Highfield as Highfield kind of moved over to the center of the field. Knew he had one-on-one, and Highfield couldn't get back over in time. Lakeman again will throw. That pass is incomplete, looking for Corky down the field. That is due with more tight coverage. This DC Dragons defense includes up front Kano Fortson, John Gary, Mike Wagner, and Michael Percoco. Linebackers are Nick Fargo and Saeed Gore. In the secondary, Jadoobie-Doo, Daryl Bullock, Billy Beers, Tyler Highfield, Peanut Say, and Kev Say Jr. Somehow this secondary only has 1 all-star appearance between all of them. That seems downright impossible. Lakeman's pass is incomplete, a little bit off target, looking for St. Green, and both secondaries are doing a good job, Charles, against these quarterbacks' top weapons.
It looked like St. Green on that route he was running was starting to get a little bit of separation from the defender, and maybe Lakeman got rid of the ball a little too early.
3rd down and 10, 4 wide. Lakeman drops, has time, going to take off and run. Don't think he has the space. Oh, he almost got it, but he's pushed backwards. 4th and short. I think a generous spot all in all, but wow. Lakeman, I didn't think he had a chance when he took off.
Oh, I didn't either, and that's always, always makes you nervous as a former coach when the quarterback tucks it in and runs it.
And on 4th and short, deep in their own territory, scoreless game. There's no need to do anything drastic unless they fake a punt again, which is what Bossier City did against Minnesota successfully earlier this week. That punt is away to the 30-yard line. Harrison on the return, and he gets all the way up to the 39. Nice job to get great field position. What do you think of these helmets for DC tonight?
I think they're great. I mean, the logo itself is great. Maybe a little large, but hey, what do I know? I mean, I'm not going to – I mean, Washington knows how to make their uniforms and design. I have no right to question anything.
I know the equipment man. That's got to be a tough decal right on the side.
It's a giant decal.
A lot of nooks and crannies in that decal there. But DC looking absolute fire tonight. 1st and 10 at the 39-yard line. 6:26 to go in the first. The handoff goes to Kevin Say. He'll pick up 5.
You could back to the logo. I mean, you could really easily see the confluence.
I had to double back and think, why in the heck would he say that? and then I remembered our pregame conversation. You know what? That's one of the great things about doing stats. You get in on the little nuggets and backdoor conversations in SFL production. Sam Harrison with his best run of the night. 1st down for the Dragons.
Nice run and nice blocking on the edge there. We're not going to see the replay, but man, Harrison knew where to go and hit that gap quick and made a decisive move and got good yardage.
DC averages 3.8 yards a carry this season. That's 8th best in the league. They've got that 3-headed monster just like on their helmet with Kevin Say, Sam Harrison, and Chuck Stellar this season, and a lot of good balance as well. Say's got 134, and then if you combine Harrison and Stellar's carries, they have 126.
I'm really amazed at the blocking this unsigned offensive line's been doing this season.
2nd down and 7. This time Harrison can't get through as that one is blown up by the boys up front. Let's talk about Houston's defensive line. Mac Drake, Chris Joseph, Anthony Stover, and Zach Turner. Linebackers Jason Peace, Garrett Evans, Chris Britton III, and Blake B. Craze. In the secondary, Dustin Sakasi, John Bonhart, Kai Cash, Guy Incognito, Al Ingram III, and Blake Prine. Synergy to throw, tosses that one over the middle. That one is hauled in. That is Robo's first catch of the night. 1st down for the Dragons.
Yeah, Robo has great hands. Very solid route runner as well, and he's reliable for any quarterback in the league would want to have a wide receiver like Robo to target.
By the way, Dustin Sakasi and John Bonhart apparently having pizza and wings together tonight watching the game. As a member of the Upset Stomach Club today, that sounds horrible, but hope you guys enjoy your food as Harrison picks up 4, 2nd down.
Is there like a membership fee for that, or you just get a free entry to the Upset Stomach Club?
Hey, if I'm paying a membership for that, that's a ripoff. Too many subscriptions, Charles. It's too much to keep track. Actually, we have a subscription model here at the Virtual Football Network. There's never enough subscriptions.
Yeah,
put that out.
I was afraid to answer that in any way, shape, or form.
Kevin Say, 1st down. So DC's the first team to really establish a ground game tonight, Charles. It's got them in the red zone.
Yeah, and that back to that line, they are pass protecting, and they're also setting good blocking schemes, executing perfectly for the running backs.
Harrison's in a backfield. They go back to him. Oh, Jason Peace throws him backwards. That's the biggest hit of the night out there defensively, 2nd and 8.
As soon as Charles says something like that, Jason Peace comes in there and proves me otherwise.
Jason Peace having an unbelievable season. He is number 2 in interceptions, number 4 in pass deflections amongst the entire league, not just linebackers. As Say is only going to get a couple. Chris Britton III cleans that up, and DC is faced with a 3rd and 8.
Synergy's been in this situation before. He's got a good head on his shoulders, doesn't want to force it. A lot of options here. Needs to walk away with at least a field goal.
Synergy tosses, end zone, touchdown, B. Robo. It's
perfect.
Goosebumps.
You're going to get a touchdown from anybody on DC. It's got to be Robo tonight. I mean, our hearts are hurting here for the loss of Robo, and it's just poetic that he caught it here on this drive.
Incredible. 6-0 Dragons. B. Robo gets in the end zone. It's his 52nd touchdown all time. Robo, 586 receptions, 8,113 yards, and 52 touchdowns, or 51 touchdowns coming in. That's all top 50 all time in his 10th season. And DC goes 10 plays for 60 yards, 3:27 off the clock, and the Dragons take a 7-0 lead.
It was a good, that whole series, it was a good mix of run and pass. And ended with that perfect throw by Synergy into the end zone to Robo. But hats off to the offensive line as well. I think I'm going to be talking about them a lot tonight.
Mike St. Green on the return, still on his feet, up to the 26, and I was just thinking about, be waves to the waves back home, even on the camera, Charles. That gave me, I lost my breath there for a little bit.
Yeah, it was perfect. But on a somewhat lighter note, what was the score again that St. Green predicted?
34-3. Yeah, that
right.
Ship has sailed. Speaking of ships, Houston has some Navy influence around the Houston area, and the Headhunters are putting their spin on the Jolly Roger uniforms from Navy tonight. Wearing an alternate as Josh Slapp gets the first down to the 38. And, these two owners, Charles, every time they play, they take after the old Cowboys, Washington football team, whatever you want to call them, sort of tradition where the home team wears white, and that's why you're seeing that tonight. A little bit unusual to see the home team in white in SFL, but in their fourth ever meeting, DC and Houston, they get to continue that tradition this evening. Lakeman drops to throw, fires. That is caught. First down. That's Peace to the Dragon 48-yard line. So DC choosing to attack Houston on the ground tonight, whereas Houston choosing through the air.
And there's a nice read there by Lakeman. The tight end just came across the middle, and the linebacker was going up trying to disrupt the pass and didn't time it right, and he wound up with the tight end wide open.
It's not a surprise that DC has jumped out to an early lead. If they win this game tonight, Charles, they will go to a winning record on the road all time in franchise history, as Lakeman's pass is caught by Corky to the 21-yard line. But DC is third all time in road record. They are 36-36 despite having just the 12th highest win percentage in league history.
That's incredible. In this league, winning on the road, in any league, it's crucial, but have that winning percentage on the road, that's eye opener. And you got to say something about that pass Lakeman just did. It was like throwing it in the back pocket of somebody.
It goes it goes for 27, Charles, and all three of John's first completions tonight have been 15 plus. From the 19-yard line, this deep shot is incomplete. A little bit over the head of Peace, who's very involved in the offensive game plan tonight, 2nd and 10.
Well, they sent some heat in. The Dragons sent a couple extra blitzers in to disrupt the pass, and Lakeman got rid of that. It looks like he had to get rid of it because that pocket was starting to fall.
1:17 to go in the first. That is DR Sim going in motion, the running back from left to right. Now 2-by-1 out in the pattern. Lakeman drops to throw, fires down the middle, pass is caught. Oh, they took it from St. Green. Just one touchdown this season. They mark him down at the goal line.
That is, poor Mike. He should have got a touchdown on that one.
Let's see. Oh.
Well, maybe not.
Just
just
short.
Comes to, discipline, Cam, and just knowing where you are on the field. Should have been a touchdown.
Poor Mike, man.
Making that extra effort,
He puts himself out there, and we just got to give it to him. 1st and goal, toss, Josh Slapp. That's as easy as it gets. Houston responds. Touchdown, Headhunters. We got a ball game.
I don't think any player on the Dragons side was in the zip code of Slapp on that play. He just, he could have done cartwheels into the end zone.
Rivera went out to block Charles, and he literally ran out of the back of the end zone and didn't touch a soul.
He was running for the corn dog stand.
Extra point coming for Sonny J and this Houston Headhunter offense that averages 22.6 points per game this season. That's 12th in the league, but DC 25.3 is 5th, so a lot of teams in that mix. Sonny J this season is 21 of 21 on field goals. He's made all of his extra points. I mean, he's one of the best kickers in the league.
Yeah, and back to that last play. I mean, you kind of gave me a polite laugh. I've been doing games a lot with you, but that was the worst response laugh ever.
For what? The corn dog stand?
It was just weird.
I actually thought it was funny. I think that's just my illness or whatever I got going on tonight.
And everything that's firing you out.
Blocking the back here on Ronnie Shanahan. That's just an unnecessary shove.
Yeah, that's just mean.
Kind of like from you just then on the half-hearted comment.
Oh, well, no, I can turn that one around.
40 seconds to go in the first quarter. We're tied at 7. Both teams scoring on their last possessions. Houston 6-play drive, DC a 10-play drive. And we'll see how the DC Dragons respond. It's Robo going in motion. Handoff. That is Say. Not much. Say is sort of ridden by Anthony Stover for about a half a yard.
Yeah. Ridden, and he fell on top of him after the tackle as well. I'm surprised the running back got up.
2nd down and 9. They bring pressure from the outside, but Kevin Say's able to wiggle through for about 4. 3rd and 5 coming up for the Dragons.
Let's see if Houston dials it up a little bit. They've been showing a lot of man-to-man so far in this series. Let's see if they stick with it.
Mike St. Green saying the challenges are turned off. They are turned on. You didn't get in. Just deal with it. End of the first quarter. We're all tied up at 7 here in Houston. We got another great one here as the Monday Night Spectaculars are just getting started.
Ooh, there you go.
Aerial coverage of today's game provided by Dags Drone Works, aerial photography and videography services for real estate events, marketing, and more. Learn more at dagsdroneworks.com. That is Battleship, Texas.
Yep.
From
I don't know why they have the radar on.
Drone
Not
Works.
going anywhere.
I don't either. Hey, it's cool bells and whistles.
They're just showing off.
7-7, 3rd down and 5 to start the quarter for the DC Dragons. Shabazz Synergy drops to throw, fires, and Robo unable to come down with it. Well, you could tell DC is really trying to get him involved tonight, 4th down.
Yeah, and he was double covered on that one. It was Incognito, the free safety, and I think it was Ash. Got him blanketed.
Connor West in a very quiet first quarter for DC. Coco had that early catch, but has since also gone dark. St. Green gets it up to the 44-yard line. Weston doesn't even have a target here in the first half.
I know. I mean, he's the weapon. You got to get him engaged as well. I mean, Percoco as well. But you got to spread the ball around. Make sure he's in your game plan, because once he gets a couple catches, the defense starts having to make some adjustments.
Coming into the week, Weston is projected all-star. He's 5th in the SFL in receptions with 50, leads the team. Percoco has 37. Robo 3rd on the team has 34. The next person behind Robo is Jay Hayden with 5. It's just those 3 guys in this passing attack as Lakeman drops to throw. Lakeman going to take off and run again, and not wanting to slide much tonight. He knows how important this game is. Fargo on the tackle.
They only sent 4 in, and that stunt that they ran was just enough to throw the offensive line off a little bit, and it forced the quarterback to tuck it in and run.
Shout outs to Trent LBK, who's interested in maybe doing some commentary in the SFL. Mike Daggs is all over it in the chat, and welcome in Josh Slapp, breaking a tackle, still down the sideline to the 16-yard line. Just would not go down on his best run of the night.
Yeah, best run period of the night. I mean, that was outstanding. I thought a couple occasions here that DC had a chance to bring him down there. Missed one right there. Missed one right there. Still kept going.
Actually, I'll do you one better. Best run of the season, 36 yards, beating his previous long of 25. And Houston back in the red zone, trying to make it 2 for their last 2 on touchdown drives. Toss play out to DR Sim, who gets his first carry of the night. It goes for 4.
A good, decent blocking on the edge, but the thing about DC, they just reacted so quickly. I thought it was going to be a longer run, but they shot down right there in the flats.
8.5 to go here in the first half of play. The first of 2 Monday Night Spectaculars tonight. Mexico City at Lexington coming your way in the nightcap. Stay up late with us as Josh Slapp will make it 3rd and 1.
What to do? I think Lakeman's would want to throw it, but I think the way they've been running so far makes a lot of sense. Maybe, giving the ball to Slapp, have him running up the middle.
Houston up to 9 runs, 9 passes in the first half. 3rd down and 1. Handed to the fullback. That is Rivera, and that is a first down.
Smart play calling right there. Right up the middle. Not to the halfback, but still, you got a fullback like that. It's a no-brainer getting them involved too.
And they mix it up. 28 carries to their fullbacks this season for 106 yards, 3 touchdowns. 1st and goal. Toss to Slapp. That scored on the last drive, and Josh Slapp wanted it more. Touchdown Headhunters.
And that is his 2nd of the night. Is that correct, Cam?
Yep, and that equals his season total.
Yep, he's doubled his season total. Wow. He's got 2 more touchdowns than Mike St. Green has tonight.
I got nothing more to add to that. That's just ruthless. Slapp with the score. The only projected all-star on this offense is actually Greg Corky, having himself a nice season with 5 touchdowns. He's got 1 catch tonight. If Greg Corky made the all-star, it'd be his 2nd all-star appearance, his first coming back in season 22. But Houston's offense, as we've seen the last few weeks, Charles, they continue to be efficient and impress. And they just have looked unstoppable the last few weeks.
Yeah, I think it's good play calling there by the coaches, but also probably good progressions as well.
Harrison up to the 26-yard line. Shabazz Synergy 3 for 6, 42 yards and a touchdown to start. They have 11 runs for 44 yards.
DC's got to, keep their head in the game here and make sure that this doesn't get ahead of them. There's 7 minutes left. You can't get the ball quick back to Houston because the way they're playing, they're going to put some points on the board, and then they're going to make this deficit even larger.
The Dragons trying to go tit for tat with the Headhunters here as Houston brings the pressure. Nice block. That is caught by Say on a 4-yard dump, but man, I thought for sure Mac Dre was going to get there.
There were 2 opportunities there for the defender to get to the quarterback, and the blocking of that front line is just holding their own.
2nd and 6. 7 minutes to go in the first half. Synergy hands it off to Say, not much there. Peace on the tackle, 3rd and 5. Here's your updated first half number.
See if they get Connor involved in this one, Connor Weston. And this has got Weston written all over it, or if not Weston, Percoco.
Looking for their 5th first down of the night. Synergy drops to throw. Now goes outside. Looked like maybe his 3rd read. Looking for Percoco just at the last second. But Lauren cannot come down with it. Houston starting to smell blood in the water.
Putting some pressure on the DC defense there. They got to keep a very hot Houston offense out of the scoring column.
Dragons punting. It is clean to the 25. St. Green on the return with some space up to the 33. We got one heck of a week 12 next week, Charles. Some games to highlight on Saturday. Florida at Fort Worth. Queen City at DC. That's Saturday. Sunday, Carolina takes on Atlanta. Pittsburgh's got a must-win against Sin City in a big one. And then our Monday night doubleheader next week, Vancouver at Mexico City, Arizona at Minnesota. 2 huge games.
That's going to be awesome. Both of those games on Monday.
1st and 10 at the 33 for John Lakeman. And the Headhunters hand off to Slap. Josh Slap spins back inside, picks up 5.
Yeah, there was good blocking. I mean, I've been talking about the DC offensive line, but, Houston is holding their own as well and just set up Slap there for a very impressive 5-yard gain.
6 minutes to go in the first half. 2nd and 5. Toss out to Sim. Sim has a first down to about the 43. And I would say that this experiment with Sim in the backfield with Slap, Charles, has worked this season. It's been effective.
Oh, definitely. They were very solid 1-2 punch there. And now they're kind of, looks like they're lulling DC to sleep on that run. Run. They're going to surprise them and throw deep.
Josh Slap, first down to the 40-yard line. I don't know what has gotten into him tonight, Charles, but Slap, it just looks like he's on a mission this evening.
Well, he has to. After Mike St. Green made that prediction, he's got to do something to put some points on the board and make his friend look good.
Mike can't, right? So it's got to be him.
Somebody's got to do it.
8 for 85. What a night so far for Slap.
It's amazing.
Sim on the carry. And TR Sim won't go down either. DC's got their hands full right now with this Houston run game, 2nd and 8.
And not a good spot. I think he got a little bit more than 2 on that one, but looked like he was going to break out of that mosh pit and have a pretty good gain there.
.440 to go in the first half. Toss to Slap again on the outside. This time, DC does a little bit better job with it. That's Nick Fargo on the tackle. Nick Fargo, a projected All-Star this season. He's a 7-time All-Star. 1,421 tackles coming into the night, and yet somehow that's 13th all-time.
Seen a lot of pitches outside, Cam. Hopefully the defense makes some adjustments there and shut that down.
Great point by Ron Haynes in our stat truck. 11 straight runs for Houston, but now Lakeman is going to drop the throw and finds Peace. Caught the Dragons maybe a little bit flat-footed. Daisy Peace has her second grab.
Got lull him to sleep with the run, and a nice pass over the middle. The Peace right over the shoulder pad, it looked like, into the mitts. Well, no, a little lower there, but still, nonetheless, a good throw there by Lakeman.
I think this is the next evolution of the Headhunter offense, Charles, because, for a long time it's just been the 2 guys on the outside, Sim and St. Green, but they're really getting everybody involved as they draw it here to the 7-yard line. That's Sim. DC covers it up pretty well. His first half is evaporating.
I don't hate the thought of doing a draw play there out of that shotgun. It's kind of hard where they are in the field running that shotgun formation. Not a lot of room for those routes to develop.
2nd and goal. Hand off again. That's Slap, and not going to get much there. So a critical 3rd down and goal. You don't want a turnover down here. Want to get at least some points. That's Peanut Say on the tackle.
Yep, I'll say the same thing like I said to Synergy. I mean, he's a veteran player, 5 seasons, and you don't want to make a mistake there. You got to walk away with some points on the board.
3rd and goal. Under 3 to go. In the 2nd, Lakeman drops to throw, fires one-on-one coverage, incomplete. Looking for Corky. He was blanketed out there. That was Darryl Bullock on the coverage.
I think they might have, dodged the bullet there. It could have been an INT.
Yep.
But now they get a shot at putting 3 up. I mean, it's not, a perfect scenario for Houston, but still they're making DC have to work with it. They're going to be potentially down by 10.
Yeah, if Bullock picked that, Charles, I think he was gone. I mean, there was nobody over there.
I'm not going to say the corn dog stand because I don't want to hear that laugh again.
17-7, Sonny J. Sonny J, 10 plays, 62-yard drive. Sonny J now 22 for 22.
Okay, that was worse. outtopped yourself. You outdone yourself.
I always try.
Yep. It's a confluence of effort on your side.
I think you've hit your quota. DC's got 2 minutes and change to try to get this back to a one-score game here. The Dragons just not getting things moving maybe as much as we thought they might here tonight. I mean, Connor Weston, no targets in the first half is shocking.
It is shocking, and Synergy's not having too bad a game. I mean, he's 107 QBR. He's doing what he needs to do. I think the wide receivers maybe need to step it up a little bit there for their quarterback.
We also have no runs to Chuck Stellar, which is pretty surprising. He's usually a big part of this offense as well. The team averages near 20 first downs, fourth in the league, fourth in total yards at 367.8. Haven't been on the field too much. Houston has dominated TOP, as Say will set up a third manageable 2, and this is Stellar territory.
Yeah, that was a good run by Say, setting him up for a manageable third, and the whole playbook's open. He stopped them, but now Synergy can do pretty much whatever he needs to move the chains.
Jason Peace already credited with 7 tackles. Houston's ready for that outside run, so Harrison dips inside. DC's got plenty of time, 2 minutes and 3 timeouts. That's your 2-minute warning as the Dragons find themselves down 10 on the fringe of the playoff picture. Rochelle Colston, Ron Haynes, Charles Doherty, Cameron Irvine, your Monday Night Spectacular crew. Got Mexico City and Lexington, Eric Vincent and Brett Solberg waiting in the wings here on the Virtual Football Network tonight. Handoff. That's Harrison. Got a yard. Peace again.
Yeah, I'd be curious to see what the time of possession is. I would imagine that Houston's just dominating.
10:30 to 6:40, according to our stats. So nearly 4 more minutes of TOP. A bouncing ball almost found Weston in open field. But Garrett Evans and the rest of that defense able to force a 3rd and long. DC is 3 for 7 tonight.
Yeah, big third down. I'll make the same comment about being in the red zone. Worst thing that could possibly happen is you make a mistake here. If you're short of the first down, that's not so bad, but you do not want to put the ball in Houston's hands at this point in the field.
Rolling out, Synergy firing down the field, went deep, and it's caught. Robo, first down for the Dragons.
Great catch. And the throw, not a big window to get that ball in. Robo, he's reliable. Great route run, just straight down the field, over his shoulder, and he knew the quarterback was able to put it where he needed to.
I didn't think that stood a chance. Robo, 3 catches, 51 yards, and a touchdown. Quickly up to the line. Synergy's pass caught. Percoco, timeout DC. They've got momentum.
They got momentum, and Synergy's playing really well tonight. Very accurate throws. Very decisive in his passing.
At the Houston 29, 2 timeouts. Synergy is 6 of his first 11 for 85 yards, a touchdown, no picks. Percoco back in motion from right to left. Synergy to throw, fires, and one-on-one coverage again. It's caught. That's Weston to the 14-yard line. Timeout Dragons. They have 1 remaining.
Looks like they were doing a zone coverage again. Not again, but doing a zone coverage. We've seen it a couple times on this series, and I think they play better when they go man-to-man. Let's see if they go back to that and try and put some pressure on this offense.
3 completions in a row for Synergy, 6 of his last 10. Straight back fires. Caught! Sandwiched. No timeouts left for DC. I'm not sure who caught that. Was that Robo again?
I think it was Robo. It's hard to tell. There wasn't any shot at getting the number out of that.
Wow, that was an incredibly tight space. A claustrophobic pass for Synergy, now 8 of 13. No timeouts left. Shabazz drops a throw, end zone, wide open, touchdown. Connor Weston beat everybody, and the Dragons have cut the deficit to 4.
What was the coverage there? I mean, you can't leave Weston that wide open. It was a misread on the for the defensive back. I mean, holy smokes. Ran away from the receiver and left him wide open in the end zone.
Just nobody back there, and both these teams playing a pretty solid first half of play. The DC Dragons not going down without a fight on the outside, looking into the playoff picture. And the last thing, another 10-play drive, the last thing Houston wants to do is put themselves in that 5-4 chaos at the bottom of the playoff picture right now. They have a big opportunity. They're still up 3, 55 seconds and 3 timeouts left.
And that last series showed us that, you know, DC deserves to be here. I mean, that was a playoff team drive right there.
St. Green has to take a knee. They're certainly testing Houston better than Sin City and Atlanta did over the past couple of weeks, giving it all they got here for Robo and friends tonight. 17-14 Houston. Lakeman goes under center. They're at their own 20. I'd be surprised if Houston pushed the ball down the field, but Lakeman will start the drive of the pass down the field to the 37-yard line. That's Peace with a catch. No timeout just yet for Houston. They may want one more completion before they get serious.
That's that's a third catch for Peace tonight. And what a great play there by Lakeman. I thought there was going to be a sack on that play, but just hung in there and delivered a strike.
58 yards leads the team tonight. Down to 30 seconds left. Lakeman to throw. Lakeman going to have to take off and run, and he slides. That's not going to get it done, and I think Houston's content to go to the half.
You know, I could be wrong, Cam, but it looks like on defense, DC's running the same stunt on every play.
Something that Houston might take advantage of as the game goes along.
Maybe not. Not toss on that play.
Sorry. Toss to Slap.
Been corrected.
And that's how the first half's going to end. So the DC Dragons cut it to 3 just before the break. 17-14. It's another tight one here on the Monday Night Spectacular Week 11 edition. And what did you think of the first half?
I mean, both of these teams, at the beginning, DC showed a little bit of fire, but Houston started taking control. But that last drive by DC, you know, just showed that they don't have any quit in them, and you know, they've got, you know, some of the ingredients for making the playoffs. It's just what we do here and what they do here in the second half. I mean, we've seen a lot of pitch plays. Can they make the right adjustments to shut that down? And can they kind of turn the heat up a little bit more on Lakeman and you know, force him to make some errors?
Shabazz Synergy and John Lakeman keep their sheets clean in the first half. No picks. As far as stat sheets go, as your player of the half is Josh Slap, 11 for 94 and 2 touchdowns. That is one heck of a half for one of the league's best running backs. Let's take a halftime break presented by Breaks GPT.
We just pulled a full-size Taylor Swift helmet. Shout out to all our Swifties. I mean, Travis Kelce. This is a Giants Lawrence Taylor.
Patrick Mahomes.
Chad Johnson with the Ocho Cinco.
We have a Drew Brees.
Is that an O.J. Simpson jersey?
It's an Aaron Rodgers.
Oh my goodness.
Tom Brady! Tom Brady!
Breaking into the world of sports memorabilia. Collecting with Breaks GPT, featuring signed autographed football jerseys, helmets, photos, and more. Breaks GPT offers you the shot at winning autographed and authenticated sports memorabilia at a fraction of the price. Join the community of collectors on our Breaks GPT Facebook page and lock in your shot at hitting a humongous headliner on our site, breaksgpt.com. I was looking over Synergy's numbers, Charles, and over the last month, he's actually struggled with the efficiency. 11 picks, but before that, he had just 3 picks in his last 8 games combined. So this is the Synergy I think DC likes to see more often than not.
Yeah, and it also helps when that line is, you know, playing the absolute best they possibly can for their quarterback.
Hand off to Kevin Say, and that is his Best run of the night, picks up 8 for 39 yards on 8 carries.
What I like about the DC offense is that it looks like they're mixing it up a lot from the inside runs. We have seen some outside runs and some pitches like we talked about, but I don't think they're showing their hand too much on how they're and where they're going to run.
17 runs, 14 passes for the Dragons as Harrison gets his 18th run. For Houston in the first half, they had 20 runs and 12 passes for a total play count of 35 to 35, actually, right now, just exactly. Synergy will throw, dump it off to Kevin Say, and he will scoop up 5 yards.
We don't see that play a lot in this new age of sim football. I miss it. The passes to those halfbacks, normally a staple for offensive game plans there for previous seasons. Not so much so far.
Florida does it maybe a little bit too much. I like the wrinkle there from the Dragons. Florida's struggled getting their downfield passing attack going here in this 4-4 start as Sam Harrison gets another carry, one of the best RB2s in the league. Him and Say have almost identical numbers here to start tonight, as Stellar has been more of a blocker this evening.
Yeah, I mean, I think they all, when they're tasked to block, I think they can all execute, but it helps when you can show your hand throwing out of the backfield a little bit. It softens that defense up a little bit.
Prococo's been their lady in motion much of tonight. 8:12 to go in the third. She runs a little drag underneath, and Weston over the top of the defense gets open for a first down.
Yeah, it looks like Weston's starting to get a little bit more involved in the game here, starting to find out. I think the coaches found out some better routes for him to run to get some separation. And he is, speaking of separations, he's one of the fastest guys in the league. I mean, his rating is maxed out in run speed.
Houston scored with 2:50 to go in the second quarter to go up 17-7. And since then, Charles, we've hardly seen their offense at all. And this crowd has kind of lost the plot a little bit. DC is looking for a 2-for-1 and to take the lead here.
And like we said, they're solid on the road, and it's tough coming into Houston. Any team coming into Houston, but DC is really showing what they got.
Houston all-time at home, 79-36, the 10th best record win percentage all-time at home, as that carry goes for a few more. It's not sexy, Charles, but DC churns out 4 or 5 runs every time they run it. Or 4 or 5 yards.
That play was just pure effort. I mean, it didn't look like it was going anywhere, but they just kept churning those legs and added a couple 2-3 to the end of that run.
Under 7 to go in the third. Third down and 3. DC stays patient, but Harrison is wrapped up almost immediately in the backfield. Garrett Evans got there first, and a decision time here for the Dragons. Punt.
Oh, no.
Could fake it.
Yep,
52-yard field goal. Not in the cards. Nope, they're just going to punt it away. Houston gets the stop. This punt is going to go out of bounds, however, inside the 5.
That's a good punt. I mean, that's what you need if you decide to after up into the end of that drive, they were moving it pretty well. And when you decide you have to punt it, what you want is to be able to put the ball deep, in your enemy's territory, and they're going to have to fight their way out of this one.
First and 10 at the 4. Handoff. That goes to J.W. Doyle, who is blown up. This is a bizarre stat, Charles. The last time DC beat a team with a winning record that wasn't Fort Worth was Minnesota back in week 6 of last season. It's been over a season since they have beaten a team with a winning record not named Fort Worth. That's what they're trying to do here tonight as Houston gets a first down.
It's amazing. You may want to throw the flag on this one. I don't know. It looks like they might have been a little bit short. What do I know?
They'll keep the challenge in their back pocket. Both teams have all 3 timeouts here in the third quarter. 17-14, Lakeman dropping a throw. This drive started at the 4, and St. Green's got it up to the 31, first down, Houston.
Yeah, with the one-handed catch. Perfect. The ball was put where only he could catch it, and he had to catch it with one hand, though.
Another look at it, just a simple post. Wrapped up by Saeed Gore.
It's unfortunate, man. I thought DC had their numbers there, was going to get the ball back, but that was a great run that gave him that first down.
66 of you watching this first block of the Monday Night Spectacular. Mexico City at Lexington coming up next. Toss play out to Josh Slapp, who will pick up 5 yards. It's no surprise, Charles, that this game's a 3-point game. This is the 4th meeting, and the 3 previous meetings have all been decided by 5 points or less.
Yeah, and I love the fact that Houston is spreading the ball around so much. I mean, Slapp has the majority of the runs, but everyone in the backfield's got to touch it.
And 9 different skill players have gotten looks tonight as Sim is going to lose a yard. Peanuts say on the tackle. Houston looking for their first ever win, I should say, against the DC Dragons, which is kind of surprising. Trying to get that 0 off the board.
Get that monkey off the back.
3rd and 6. 4:20 left in the third. As that pass is caught to the 50. Corky's got a first down right at the Headhunter logo.
Yeah, this offense is an impressive drive, starting deep, in their own territory, and so far DC hasn't had an answer. I think maybe on one play, 2 plays maybe they stopped them on this drive, but every other they've been executing perfectly.
3:53 to go in the third. Both teams putting together long-form drives and really shortening this game. Lakeman had to take off. That was a really smart play by the Dragons defense. They sort of fanned out and then left Gore in there one-on-one with Lakeman.
Yeah, that was the only option that Lakeman had, was to tuck it in and run.
Forcing Lakeman up in the pocket, 2nd down and 7. Toss to Slapp, and the blocking continues to do wonders on the toss. Slapp has a first down and is over 100 yards.
Yep, the DC defense had a couple shots at him, but just showed his strength and just kept on running past the chains and keeping the drive alive.
13 for 111 tonight. Josh Slapp leads the league in rushing yards per game, 86.5. Coming into the night, Hart, Bentley, Murray, and Quintero behind him. As Sims got all kinds of space all the way down to the 16-yard line.
And he wasn't touched until the end. That blocking on the edge was perfect for Sims. He would go like 15, 20 yards before anyone was near him.
Corky, Parrish, Peace, all out there doing the dirty work for Houston.
Man.
The Headhunters with 2:35 to go in the third quarter on another impressive drive. Flip out Slapp. This time only 3. Tackle made by Highfield.
They've been killing it on those pitch plays, Cam. Absolutely killing it.
This is the most rushing yards for Josh Slapp since the start, since week 1 of the season, when he had 178 against Chicago on 31 carries. But this is 8 yards per carry here tonight as Doyle gets his third handoff of the game, but it doesn't do much. 3rd and 7 for Houston. They're 3 of 6 on third down.
A big, big, big third down for DC. Perfect world, they get a turnover, but got to keep it at least, the worst scenario is a field goal. Don't want to get a first down here.
3rd down and 7. Lakeman looking, surveying, firing, bouncing ball, and Peace almost came up with it in the end zone. Dangerous Jenga situation there in the black paint.
Yeah, and it was good rush up front. They only sent 4 in, but the end was able to get past the blocking, and now they're looking at potential 3 on the board against them. But man, that was good way to dig your heels in there for the DC defense.
That was a great camera angle. Lakeman got absolutely crushed. Only 1 sack tonight for DC. That was Michael Percoco very early on in this game, as the field goal from Sonny J is up and good. It's just 14 sacks this season for DC. That's 11th in the SFL, and Kano Fortune's their leader with 5, but he's been very quiet tonight.
That's now, Synergy puts the offense on his back. I mean, he's been throwing some very accurate passes tonight, very decisive in his reads. Let's see if he can keep that up and see if they can cut that 6-point lead down.
20-14. This is the first meeting between these two teams in the 4K23 era. They last met in week 2 of season 20. DC was here in this building. They won 27-24. $20-14 right now as Synergy walks back up to the line. 11 of 16 for 129 yards and 2 touchdowns. Robo leads the way, 4 for 57 and a score. That pass is incomplete. Weston had to dive as that one sailed on Shabazz.
Yeah, that was his least accurate pass of the night. He had Weston there, right in the middle.
Second down, 10. Synergy. Quick pass and incomplete. Just totally blanketed on the outside. Looking for Weston again. That's one of Kai Cash's best plays. 11th season in the SFL.
And that's how you can tell, Cash is a veteran. 11 seasons in the league. Just waits right at the right moment and drapes the wide receiver and avoids any PI.
This might be our first 3rd and 10 of the night. 4 wide for DC. They roll left and has to check it down to Percoco. Breaks a tackle. Percoco almost got the first down all by herself, but stepped out of bounds as the block kind of scooted her to the sideline.
That started out wonky, Cam. The ball placement was in the wrong position there for Percoco, but when she got it, just made that quick adjustment upfield, and we thought we were going to get a first down there. That was a great run after catch by Percoco. Not enough, but it was definitely exciting to watch.
Synergy looked like he panicked just a little bit as there was some pressure being applied off the outside. 1st and 10 at the 35-yard line for Houston now, and they could really step on the throat of the 3-headed dragon.
Yeah, the way they've been playing tonight, that game plan, that running game plan, the pitch plays, and every down and then up the middle. I think it's been very effective. And well, here they go empty, but it's been hard for DC to stop.
1st and 10 at the 35-yard line. 5 wide for Lakeman. Lakeman drops to throw, and John's pass caught by Mike St. Green. 1st down in double coverage.
That was a great pass by Lakeman. Both quarterbacks have been throwing very accurately tonight, and this one is nothing short of incredible.
We have seen some fantastic passes just delivered into keyholes tonight, Charles. Both really impressive. 7 of his last 10 for 142 yards. That one caught by Parrish. He's averaging in his last 10 throws 20 yards a completion, and so far tonight it's now it's 18.7, but still really good.
It's working. What are you going to say? I'm actually surprised they've been throwing it that much on this series.
I think they can feel the opportunity here. DC's come up short on a couple of their drives, and I'm talking 3 and outs type of short, and they are still in empty here. Trusting Lakeman, up 6 towards the end of the 3rd quarter. That pass is caught again. John Lakeman's on fire, and that's the end of the 3rd quarter. DC 14 and Houston 20. Can the Dragons keep it interesting in the 4th? We'll find out in the final 10 minutes. Michelle Colston, and Ron Haynes in our stat truck. Charles Doherty, Cameron Irvine with you here on another beautiful Monday night in the SFL.
And you said they were going to put their foot on the gas, and man, they have. They've been passing like out of control in this last series.
Well, they'll go back to the toss, and they'll get Josh Slap in open field. That's dangerous. He gets all the way down to the 14-yard line. Jukin Daryl Bullock.
I mean, the only thing you can fault Houston in is, you know, they're moving down pretty quickly and leaving a lot of time on the board. But what can you say? I mean, that's been positive gain on almost every play, so you can't take any shots at them too much.
Just 3 plays in this game total have gone for negative yardage. 2 TFLs for DC, 1 for Houston. Lakeman all day to throw. Oh, and didn't see the defender underneath. That was Billy Beers sitting in the slot. That was almost a disaster.
Yeah, the rookie was standing there, and his eyes were wide open. He thought he was going to make it to the after-game highlights, but didn't hold on to the ball. You need to hold that and get the ball back in your offensive hands, especially this type of game.
2nd and 10, draw. Oh, Doyle dispatches a Dragon, a 3-yard pickup.
Yeah, that was an angry run by Doyle. I mean, we've seen it all throughout his career, and this one, he shows he still has the gas.
3rd down and 7. Obliterated, says Rochelle Colston and Cameron Duty from somewhere in Virginia. Lakeman drops the throw, fires it out to Slap, breaks a tackle. Josh Slap is in the end zone. Touchdown, his 3rd of the night.
It's incredible. And I think that's his first receiving touchdown of the season for him. And he's, like you said, 3 tonight. That's what a game.
His first receiving touchdown since August 3rd of last year. Did it against Denver. And the Headhunters, for the first time tonight, up 2 scores.
It's a punch in the face, Cam, to DC. They've got to respond here. I mean, they've shown the ability to drive downfield. That in the last, I think it was the end of the first half, they were able to go downfield and put some points on the board. But they need to show some of that magic again now before it starts getting out of hand.
It's also Josh Slap's first 3 touchdown games since that August 3rd meeting with the Denver Nightwings. One of the best games in a long time for Josh Slap, showing why he quite possibly is the best running back in the league right now, Charles.
I mean, he's showing versatility. He can catch it. He can definitely run up the middle, run the outside, show some speed. So, I mean, you know, not many other running backs in this league have been showing what he has this season. Harrison,
nice return out to about the 34. Will set up the Dragons in good field position. And look, Shabazz Synergy, 12 and 19. 137, 2 touchdowns, no picks, averaging over 10 yards of completion. Hasn't been his fault.
No, not at all. I mean, it's I think it's basically that Houston Headhunter offense is just on fire. They've been scored. I don't know how many times they've not scored when they've had the ball, but man, they've been putting up some points, and they're making it look easy on offense.
DC averaging 4 yards a carry tonight. Their season average 22 for 87. That's not been the problem either. Kevin say we'll pick up a couple, and if I was DC right now, Charles, I'd want to shorten this game. Maybe get a touchdown, get one more stop, get another touchdown, and get out of here, because the more times Houston's offense is on the field, I think the less chance they got right now.
Yeah, and it's not for a lack of weapons either. I mean, they've got like 3 or 4 outstanding receivers they can target on a mid route or deep route.
Harrison takes the handoff to pick up 2, and that's going to put it all on the shoulders of Shabazz Synergy right now. 3rd down and 6. DC is just 4 for 10 on 3rd down, and more importantly, 0 for 2 in the second half.
You just want a first down, Cam. You don't need to get it in the end zone.
Can DC keep their realistic hopes alive? 8 minutes to go. Weston goes in motion, 2 by 2 now, with Harrison in the backfield. Synergy going to roll to his right. Tipped, deflected by Zach Turner, the defensive tackle, going opposite direction.
It's hard throwing over a 6'7" monster like that, and I don't know if he got any air on that one. I think he just put his mid up in the air and just put a halt to it.
That's one of the best deflections by a defensive tackle I've ever seen. That was such a big play.
Huge play.
Punt is away, and DC is now on the ropes here. 7:44 left. The Dragons, if they fall to 4-5, would likely have to win out. They have Queen City, Baltimore, and Oklahoma City left. It's not an impossible task by any means, Charles, but it's what every team fears when they start the season, having to win out the last 3 weeks to give themselves a shot.
And 2 of the 3 are right up in the standings for playoffs, so it's going to be tough.
$7:44 to go in the fourth. Can Houston shut the door on DC? Josh Slapp will take his 16th handoff of the night, pick up 4 and an incentive.
Well, I mean, DC's going to have to do something to upturn the apple cart here, because Houston's been having their way, especially late in the first half and in this second half so far. They're going to have to do something to get control here.
Toss, Sim. This time bottled up pretty good by the DC Dragons. Sim will get a few. 37 yards on 7 carries tonight. This 3rd and 3 means everything.
Definitely everything. And the question is, do you put some pressure on, or you try and put it on your defensive secondary to see if they can, cover the wide receivers and keep the chains from moving?
Handoff, fullback. Rivera didn't get it. Officially marked 4th and inches, but it looks like 4th and 1 to me. Kev Say Jr. with a really nice tackle, and look at the Dragons defense stepping up.
Yeah, they needed to. I mean, you can't understate that. They had to get the ball back, have a shot. They had to put the ball back in Synergy's hands.
The punt to the 20. Harrison's a dangerous returner, trying to get outside to the 30-yard line, and the Dragons have another opportunity. This may have worked against DC, though, Charles, because with 6:23 to go, they might still be operating normally offensively to start the drive, and it hasn't been working too much in the second half.
Yeah, I mean, time is not their friend. They're gonna, like we said the last time they had the ball, they're gonna have to put something up on the board quickly here.
Their longest play of the night, 26 yards to Robo, and after Robo's electric first half, he's gone really quiet in the second half. They just have not been able to find him down the field. Say picks up 3.
Well, I mean, this is the time in the game where, the game on the line, where a player with the likes of Robo, makes their presence felt on the field.
Handoff. Nothing. And not a single carry tonight to Chuck Stellar. Harrison with his 13th. Both Say and Harrison with 13. We're right back at 3rd and 6 again, and they've been rolling out every 3rd down recently.
Yeah, they got to execute here, Cam.
Synergy's pass is incomplete, and DC just fell into a bad pattern of run, pass most of this second half. Credit to Houston's defense, Charles. They have really stood tall. They just continue their resurgence right now.
Yeah, they clearly have command of this game, Cam, and putting the pressure back on that DC defense. They're going to have to, execute like they did on that last series.
From the 23, St. Green up to the 29. If Houston wins, the South is this, Charles: 7-2 Albuquerque, 5-2 Mexico City, 6-3 Bossier City, 6-3 Houston, 5-4 Fort Worth. And if Mexico City wins tonight, they would be the 4th team to get to 6 wins in that division. But if Mexico City loses, they would fall to 4th in the division, the defending champs.
That's amazing. I mean, that's what you call a tight division.
Everybody's good, and Bossier City has been very impressive down the stretch, as has Albuquerque. I mean, everybody. As Lakeman's pass is caught by Sim for a first down. If Houston wins, they would be the 3rd team in the division to have won 3 straight games as well.
They're definitely on fire, Cam. This is the type of momentum you want to have at this time of the season.
John Lakeman has turned it up in the second half. 8 of his last 10. And in total, 13 of 21 for 219 yards, and he's only been sacked 1 time. And almost every one of those passes has been 10-plus yards. 5 to go. DC desperate. Josh Slapp is going to push forward for 6.
Wow. That right there, that play kind of encapsulated the Houston offense tonight. I mean, it looks like they're going to get stopped, and they just keep fighting and getting a good gain. Not a first down, but still, that was an impressive 6-yard run.
2nd down and 4. Houston's 62nd play of the night. 4:28 to go. Playing out the stretch here as DR Sim takes a stretch and gets a first down to the 42-yard line. The Dragons look gassed and ready to go home, Charles.
Definitely. And, you know, we talked about that 1-2 punch. I mean, Sim, when he gets the ball, he is quick. He's got a quick first step and very dangerous. And it's got to be disheartening for the DC defense having to go up against the likes of Sim and Slapp.
4 minutes left in the 4th. Ticking down the clock wisely is Lakeman. He is sacked.
There you go.
That is just the 2nd sack of the night, and that's Saeed Gore, the linebacker, coming in hot.
Coming in hot and coming in, I believe, for his first sack of the season. And it could have been a little late in the game. I mean, might have needed that a little earlier, but, man, you do it when you can. And hopefully that's enough to, get the ball quickly back in the hands of DC.
Yeah, congrats to Saeed on the sack. That's his 7th and a half of his career in 7 seasons. Not necessarily one known to rush the passer, but it's a feather in his cap there. 2nd down and 15, 3:22 to go. This is the Dragons' last stand here. They got to get the ball back. They can't allow another first down. Hand off to Slapp. They've been pitching that out. And look, they weren't doing it, all night, Charles, but once it started working, they stuck with it.
Yeah, what was enough to kind of grab the attention of the DC defense, and they were able to move things around like pass and surprise them with passing plays and runs up the middle and draws, whatever, delayed handoffs. It's been effective. They've mixed it around. It looked like it was a little, one-dimensional at the beginning of the game, but they made adjustments, and are looking at a 13-point lead.
3rd and 14. Will they put it in Lakeman's hands to try to seal the deal? Down to 5 on the play clock. Nope, they'll stay conservative. Hand it off to Slapp. Don't hate it. If you throw a pick 6 there, the whole game is turned upside down. Say makes the tackle, but they're going to force DC, who's one of the best 2-minute offenses in the league, to score 2 touchdowns in the last 2 minutes.
Let's see. And how many times do we see in this game, Cam, when it's like all they need to do is run it up the middle and the offense tries to throw it downfield and gives life to the opponent. So I think, like you said, I think that was a smart move. Didn't get the first down, but a nice play of the chess round.
And if you're DC, why did Houston snap that football right there? It's really inconsequential because as Harrison takes the punt up to the 22-yard line, 1:53 left, that would have happened anyway if they didn't snap it. 2-minute warning for the Dragons. And, you never count out DC, Charles. All they got to do is score 2 touchdowns and recover an onside kick. And synergy in this with Percoco and Weston and Robo, as they go empty 5 wide, this could get crazy. They got all 3 timeouts. Synergy's pass caught. First down to the 36.
I think that was Robo on that catch.
And the DC Dragons no huddle game, it really is a weapon. Some teams run no huddle better than others, Charles. You could tell the DC's definitely worked on it.
It might have been, like we said in the last series, might have been useful running a little earlier, but, we know how the game goes, and, they're doing the best they can where they are now.
Hayden goes in motion. 4-by-1 here for Synergy. Houston looks manned up. Synergy's pass is caught at the 47-yard line. Timeout, Dragons. They're not wasting a ton of time right now as they get through their timeouts and are still moving.
That was what you call a flood.
Yep.
They ran 32 wide receivers on one side of the field.
Here we go again. Moving Robo over, 3 by 1. Houston manned up. Synergy straight back, fires, and some contact there on Percoco, but it was within 5 yards. Nice job by Barnhart not letting her get a free release.
Yeah, I mean, that was, they ran, it looked like the other side of the field, they all ran slant routes, and it was good coverage by the Houston secondary.
Second down, 1:41 to go in the fourth. DC has one timeout on the board. Synergy caught to the Houston 40. Robo, timeout. So out of timeouts, we'll see the no huddle. Spikes will come with less than a minute to go. Still in this thing.
Definitely, yeah, I mean, this has got to be flawless.
7 for 94. We've seen, for Robo, we've seen Minnesota recover 2 onside kicks in as many weeks. The Dragons are going to need that and more. Weston goes in motion. Just 3 catches for 33 yards tonight for Connor, and Percoco 3 for 38 as well. Back to throw. Synergy's pass right over the middle, caught to the 26-yard line. That's a first down. I think that was Weston.
Yeah, it was. He went on motion at the top of the screen, and they found him right in the middle.
Again, that looked like it was intended for Weston again, but that's Percoco. Second down and 10, piece on the coverage.
Yeah, honestly, I think that could be a good thing that incomplete to kind of settle down and get the right plays out there.
Second and 10. Robo in motion. You can sense a little bit of nervousness in the Houston crowd right now. Synergy fires. That pass is caught by Weston down to the 12.
That was another great pass there by Synergy.
Synergy won't spike. Will toss again. That pass tipped up and incomplete. Kai Cash, great job coming off his man, reading the quarterback's eyes. Second and 10.
Yeah, I think they got rid of the ball a little early there and threw into double coverage. I mean, man, they dodged the bullet on that.
1:09 left. DC needs a touchdown, an onside kick recovery, and then another score to do the unthinkable. Houston trying to hold on and improve to 6-3. Synergy to throw. Fires short to Weston, but the clock's going to keep going at 5, or at the 5-yard line. 1 minute left. Everything's getting tighter down here. Synergy's pass is incomplete. Now it's 4th down.
Oh, he had a receiver open right in the middle. Oh, my gosh. At the 2-yard line, it looked like. Let's see if they show it. Going across the middle.
Shanahan.
Shanahan.
Who has not been targeted tonight.
Man, he was wide open.
If Houston improves to 6-3, it would be their best start to a season through 10 weeks in franchise history. 4th and 3 for DC. Synergy's pass. Incomplete. I thought it was caught. Knocked out of the hands. Houston's going to survive.
Oh, my gosh. I thought that was a touchdown.
Oh, Shanahan. Oh, he had it. Oh, it hit the leg of a defender.
Yeah.
Woo.
That's unfortunate. I mean, man, I think he walked up to Synergy and said, hey, I was wide open on that last play. Don't forget about me.
Man, the Houston Headhunters have got to be feeling really good. I mean, I can't believe it's 6-3. I mean, it is their best start through 10 games. It's incredible what they've accomplished in the last 3 weeks as Slap gets 6 more yards. I think Houston will kneel it down now, but man, we've seen Houston twice in the last 3 weeks, Charles. I would not want to play this team in the playoffs.
Yeah, they got to figure out, opposing teams have got to figure out a way to make Houston one-dimensional. I mean, that's going to be tough.
Laikman tonight, unofficially, no picks, 1 touchdown, 13 of 21, 219 yards, St. Green had 4 catches, Paris 2, Corky 2, Daisy Peace 3. Slap had 20 carries for 143 yards and 3 total touchdowns. I mean, it was a complete team effort tonight. As the final seconds tick away in this one, Charles, who's your player of the game?
I mean, this was easy. It's got to be Josh Slap.
We'll get Slap's final numbers here as we run through things, but the Houston Headhunters get the victory and improve to 6-3. The DC Dragons are on season 24's death's door at 4-5. They'll need to win out and likely get some help down the stretch. Final numbers here for Slap are going to be 20 for 141 and 2 touchdowns with a long of 37. That's his longest run of the season. B. Robo, in his first game since his passing, 7 catches, 94 yards, and a score. Peanuts say 16 solo tackles tonight for DC's defense, but it just wasn't enough. Final thoughts, Charles?
Yeah, it wasn't. It's unfortunate. I mean, DC has showed some sparks tonight, you know, that they've got the goods to do what they need to do. But, man, Houston was just, you know, they were unstoppable tonight. I mean, they had a very solid game plan and, you know, perfect execution in, you know, all 3 facets.
Late night SFL action tonight. Get some coffee and get ready for a big one in Kentucky. Lexington hosts Mexico City coming up for Rochelle Colston and Ron Haynes. Charles Doherty, I'm Cameron Irvine. This has been the SFL's Monday Night Spectacular Part 1 here in Week 11. We'll see you back here at 10:30 Eastern for the kickoff of Mexico City and Lexington.